48 hours on Hate Street.
I would love to use love, but if I've got to use hate, I'll deal with what my hand calls for.
No justice! I want you to now get ready for the liberation man, the shake 'em, bake 'em, stomp down, take no prisoners, kill the wounded, minister of no justice, no peace, the righteous Reverend Alfred C. for courageous Sharpton! No justice! No justice! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace!
Any place Al Sharpton goes, he makes trouble.
This is not Johannesburg.
Get out of here!
The way he stirs everybody up, he makes everybody hate each other.
Whenever there's a highly charged, highly publicized racial incident in New York City, the Reverend Al Sharpton is likely to be right in the middle of it.
We know that no one can continue evil if the spotlight is put on them. You know, wicked racists is like roaches. When you turn the light on, the roaches run for cover.
Sharpton is organizing a march to the Bronx,
Good the way y'all we agree.
the scene of the latest reported racial incident.
Who's children?
Our children!
Who's children?
The Reverend and his followers are the self-appointed avengers.
I think that hate is an emotion. I would love to use love, but if I've got to use hate, I'll deal with what my hand calls for.
Participants and attackers of Tawana Bronx!
Sharpton grabbed the national spotlight in 1986 when he became the spokesman for Tawana Brawley, a young girl who claimed she had been raped by 4 white men.
Another black case that a
Sharpton alleged racism.
No evidence.
A grand jury called it a hoax.
We will prove and will...
That case earned him the reputation as a demagogue.
Yeah, I have an image of an angry black man. I am an angry black man. We're trying to raise an issue. It's solving racial justice. If someone murders someone, it should not be dependent on the skin color of the victim, on how they're punished. It should be equal protection under the law. This is the Bronx DA. These are calls for help, police brutality.
There is no shortage of cases.
How you doing?
Al Sharpton opens the door to people others have turned away.
As far as the investigation, I don't know what they're doing. I know no one has been arrested.
Detective Palacios, this is Al Sharpton.
This is WWRL New York.
You're on the air with Reverend Al Sharpton. Good morning.
Reverend Sharpton, you are the most, the greatest, and I say to you, keep on keeping on.
Thank you.
And I want
Sharpton is a preacher without a parish,
about the blatant racism,
but not without a following.
Well, I think that you're absolutely right. It is blatant. But my thing to the community is you fight back. The only thing that wins for us is a good, mobilized, mass action battle.
Have you hurt race relations in this city?
No, I think I've exposed race relations in the city. That is just taking a sheet or blanket off of what was always there. If I had to disturb race relations to aid racial justice, then fine. I plead guilty. No one would have ever heard of Yusuf Hawkins had we not marched and agitated.
In August of 1989, 16-year-old Yusuf Hawkins and 3 friends took the subway to Bensonhurst, a mostly white working-class neighborhood in Brooklyn.
They walked on 20th Avenue, which is when the call went out that the niggers are here.
Yusuf's father, Moses Stewart.
They turned the corner. They were surrounded by 40 young white men with bats, knives, and even guns. 3 shots rang out. My son was struck by all 3 shots. I wanted a life for my son's life.
But Brother Yusuf, how long do you think we'll take this?
I wanted noise made. Reverend Sharpton was the noise maker.
Sharpton bucked in hundreds of supporters and marched in the streets of Bensonhurst for over a year. Eventually, the trigger man was convicted of murder.
When Yusuf Hawkins was murdered, I characterized that as a lynching.
Brooklyn Assemblyman Frank Barbero.
But I also said it was a lynching of Bensonhurst because the marches, in a sense, were condemning the whole community. Their purpose was to bait the community and get those small groups of unstable youth to act out.
What people would like to say is that because we marched, that we create racism. The fact is these people had the watermelon and knew very well how to say nigger and had been saying it for years, and I put it on the evening news. And that's what they're angry with me about. So I'm not out here for a popularity contest. We're talking life and death.
In one of the last marches in Bensonhurst,
Back up and get a man room!
Sharpton was stabbed with a 5-inch kitchen knife.
If I make 40 years old, it'll be a miracle.
Al Sharpton sets the stage for confrontation. It's white against black. He's destructive and he's divisive.
I could give less than 2 cents about what people think about Al Sharpton. I'm talking about people dying, and that has to stop.
What do we want? What do we want?
If I've been able to help one family that couldn't have went anywhere else, if I've been able to put one criminal in jail that would have ducked it, it's all worth it to me.
No justice, no peace. Let's hit the Bronx.
He stirs everybody up. He makes everybody hate each other.
But if I've got to use hate, I'll deal with what my hand calls for.